Radhika, a seasoned data analytics professional with over 18 years of experience, including 16 years with IBM. She began her journey with SAP BW and Native HANA and now works as a Snowflake consultant. She also brings in expertise in tools like SAP, SnapLogic, and Power BI. Currently, she leads the AMS team for Pitney Bowes and has been at the helm for the past 7 years. We are fortunate to have you here, and I think all of us are excited to learn from your journey. So, yes, we can start the session. The stage is yours, Radhika.
Yeah, thank you, Tanuja. So I'll start with my introduction first. So you already given it, but uh, yeah, I am also an engineering graduate, and also I did my master's as well in engineering. And after that, I joined TCS actually as a contract basis in this for 1 year. That was in 2007, I believe. And there I started. It was a support project, and I started doing production support on SAP BW. That was the start of my career on data analytics. And then after working for 1 year there, then I joined Suzlon Energy Limited in Pune. Um, that was actually both. That was also data warehousing on SAP BW and also production support and small enhancements as well. So that's how I started learning bit more on that, and then I joined IBM in July 2009, uh, and I joined Ericsson project as a BW. That was also an AMS production support, and then so after there I got a chance to work from on-site location as well, client location at Germany. And so after there also I started doing enhancements as well, change request enhancements along with the production support. So all this was on SAP BW, and then I've joined Ericsson project in IBM after that, and there there I started also at SAP BW. It was also mainly development and support both, where I used to do all the change request enhancements and the production support. Um, and also in Ericsson only, I have switched from, as you know, this keeps on every day you have to. Analytics is like daily you will be getting new skills. You have to keep on updating yourself. So SAP BW now, and then to SAP, I switched to SAP HANA, BW to HANA, and then I started working on native HANA, HANA Studio, calculation views and all those. So I was also doing enhancements, end-to-end implementations, enhancements, support. And then I was in Ericsson for quite long time, like 5, 6, 7 years. I was in Ericsson only. There also I got opportunity to work from client location. Um, I worked for some time in Stockholm, Sweden, and after that I joined Pitney Bowes. Now it is also almost 6, 7 years I'm in, yeah, Pitney Bowes. Here it is. I joined as SAP HANA, HANA consultant only. So from HANA now, from last 3 years, I'm working on Snowflake actually. So in Pitney Bowes, we did a big migration project here last year, which is migration from SAP HANA to Snowflake. I was involved in that project, and uh, so that's my whole journey. So in data analytics side, so mostly started with SAP BW and then native HANA, and now on to Snowflake. Also, I during all this also in I supported different tech applications like SAP BODS, Power BI, Cognos, um, and now SnapLogic. All these are different ETL tools which we integrate with the Snowflake or SAP HANA. And then on to also on reporting tools, like Power BI. So this is about my journey, and yeah, so that's it. Uh, any questions? So then I'm happy to help.
Thank you so much for that elaborative
Yeah.
answer that you had to the question about your journey. So I have already messaged in the group that if students who want to ask questions, they can. While we have already received some questions from the students in our WhatsApp group. So, Radhika, one of the questions that we got is for students who are new to data analytics, what's a good way to start their journey? Because we have students from all the years and all the streams as well. So, for example, we'll have students from first year to final year in this program. So, how would you guide them to start their journey in data analytics?
So as of now, I see mainly you need for Snowflake it is SQL. SQL is the main thing. So you basic SQL it is which you use in Snowflake. So but nowadays, I think more of it is Gen AI and AI is coming. Everything is getting integrated. So I think you can start with maybe basic machine learning, and mostly in those. If we look at coding languages, I think Python is getting used. So you can start with that Python or basic SQL at least, and then get into machine learning, LLMs, and those things. And coming to actual data analytics, so as of now, if you see, as I said, like this keeps on changing, everyone keeps on updating, and cost is also another issue. So if all the clients are moving from SAP BW has now become more no, everyone is moving out of BW. So BW to SAP HANA and SAP HANA to Snowflake, and then all are trying to adopt the cloud-based technologies mainly. Snowflake is on AWS. So compared to SAP HANA, Snowflake AWS will cost you less because this is like a pay as you go. How much you use, you pay that much only. So clients will all are obviously looking for cost saving. So everyone is in the current at this situation, I think current the main two technologies which are in data analytics which are getting used mostly Snowflake and Databricks. So any of these also, if you can start with, I think it will be a good start. And along with also just you have to learn how to use. You need not develop anything, but at least because now every day some or the other new AI tools or something or the else is coming. So even Snowflake has its own AI tool. So at least even IBM has many now. If you know Watson X, and then now it has come with Gen AI and Orchestrate. Many are there. So at least agents and everything is there, but at least you should know how to use them for your if 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 in your if you join some project, if something is being done manually there, or you should be able to identify which scenario, which situation, which you can automate something like that. So you should know at least how to use those tools and all. Yeah, I think that would be a good start. Snowflake, and nowadays it's like you have all the resources online available, so you can learn yourselves and you can do certification also yourselves. So that will be good. Yeah.
Thank you for that answer. Uh, Rohit Kumar is asking, as a fresher, how can I
Yeah.
stand out when applying for data analytics roles, especially without work experience?
Without work experience, yeah, that's what. If you do, you can learn this. There are many beginner courses as well, so you can learn the beginner courses, and you will get, I think, access to the uh, tool as well. You can practice, and then you can give certification as well. So even if you are a fresher, I think uh, if you have the certification, and uh, I think it will help.
Absolutely. Dipali is asking, ma'am, what skills helped you the most when you were starting out? So we can take
Starting,
both kind of skills, technical and of course interpersonal skills that you might want to talk about here.
yeah. When I was starting out, I think mainly it was SAP was in boom at that time. So SAP, uh, there are different again. So which side you want to go is also important. You want to go into analytics, analytics, it is mainly on how what you do with the data. So you have data and you have to report out of it, so you through which business can make their decisions on what you report. Like you create dashboards and reports, and how you model the data. uh, and if you're interested in coding, like there are other at that time, SAP had ABAP as well, which was coding. uh, but now I think when we are moving to now everywhere it is AI. So mostly the coding, everything, the AI, if you tell it, it will generate the code. So I think so you have to more like a data engineering point of view instead of just sticking to one this thing, so that I mean, think from the complete cycle actually, not just the. So you have to think from the complete end-to-end requirement. Say now I have one project now which we are looking for a resource, like which is for this client only, uh, for bank reconciliation. So it is a bank data. So with that, there is something which they are doing now currently, manually in Excel. So that we have to get the data into Snowflake and do that reconciliation in Snowflake, and then create a dashboard out of it. So you have to, so this will be like a complete cycle from source raw data till the reporting. Um, so in order to get that semi-structured, unstructured data, actually bank data will be like an unstructured data into Snowflake, you will need Python. So like that, and if you know Snowflake, then you can implement all the business rules in write a SQL for those business rules and create a view in Snowflake. And Power BI dashboard will be simple. There is nothing that is a quick thing to learn, to create a dashboard out of Snowflake view. So it's so that's what. So basically you have to, at least if you don't go in deep, at least the basics, if you someone can guide you or help you in the project, because as a fresher I think you will be joining as a 6A or at the lower band, right? So at least if someone can, in that senior person in the team can help guide you, so you should be able to pick it up from there and deliver it. At least the basics you should have the idea, if you're not in detail.
Right. That makes sense.
So once you are hands on onto it, once you get at least one opportunity to do it complete end to end, I think then from then onwards you will be. And Snowflake, I think it for certification, I think it's not much of cost, and also I think they will give you a sandbox. I think some practice. That courses will be almost like they will give, you can practice. They will give that access as well. In IBM also we have that. Cloud environment where we can practice sandbox.
Great. Thank you for that answer. We'll move to the next question. As you already talked about AI, Tanish is
Yeah.
asking, ma'am, do companies need data analyst when AI agents are over the role, are taking over? I think that is what they mean. So, yeah, interesting question.
Yeah. So AI agent. So obviously we will need it is obviously AI is doing the task, but still we need the consultancy. It's not like everything is AI. You have to train that model for it to do, right. And then we can't do for all also. That's what I told you. When you are in some into actual project, and then you will be able, then you will see which say suppose I'm doing currently I'm doing something manually in Excel, or some calculations which I am doing, and if this I can automate using agents, so I can use AI for that. So it's not like everything you can do with agents. It's not like that. So that's what I told. So you just there are many things in now. So you have to you just have to know where to use which one. At least you have to know how to use it. That's all. But still we need our human brain to think and do. So it's not like everything is getting replaced by AI.
I think that was an answer to a lot of
Yeah,
questions
yes, yes.
from people regarding AI. Yes. Moving on, how can I build a strong data analytics profile as a fresher, and what kind of projects should I include to make it stand out to recruiters? Basically, asking about the projects that they should be doing.
Projects, I think anyone will be looking at uh, maybe something like end-to-end kind of implementation projects instead of not just the AMS support project. So basically, what you do in it nowhere it will be just support. I mean, if support production support in the sense you it depending on the priority. If you get any issue, you have to fix it immediately, or if it is a top priority, it will become an outage until you fix it. So you need to know uh, the system actually. So you need to know what is happening, where, what caused this, and you have to fix it. So and also that is one part, and that depends on the requirement actually. So another thing is we will keep on getting change requests, and also we will get new projects also. So something is still not something they are doing manually, which you have to automate, or some end-to-end kind of thing, like raw, from starting from raw data till how you model that all in the data warehouse, and then uh, the reports, until you build the reports, or based on which they will take the business will take the decisions. This is complete thing. So you have to have something in your profile like this complete end-to-end implementation kind of thing, where you started from raw data, uh, you have modeled, and then you created the reports on top of it, something like that.
Moving on, Ria is
Yeah.
asking how to get the first job as data analyst, and she also wants to know how to prepare for an interview for a data analyst, for the role of a data analyst.
Okay. So so that's what I'm saying. So there won't be any such for freshers. I think they will when you even if you join IBM, I think there are different reskilling programs in IBM. So as a fresher, also if you join, depending on what the demand is, they will train you in that. So you can after that training, you can do certification, and then obviously for freshers, I think it will be lower band. So you won't be working independently on your own in any project. So there will be seniors or people in the team who will guide you, and then you mainly it will be like production support or a change requests or announcements only, instead of any uh, end-to-end kind of thing where you will start from scratch. So you will have uh, people who will guide you. So if you for an interview for analytics, I think you that's what currently I see. There were many. There are many, like starting SAP BW HANA. I told you, now Snowflake and Databricks. Take any one, and then you can uh, do that. There are many online courses. So you can, even for Snowflake, in Snowflake site itself, you have the online course. You can prepare for that, and you have there itself. You have a certification for beginners, so that you can do, and you can put that in your resume. And projects, if you get a chance, you can do some project which I told, like end-to-end kind of thing, starting from raw data, or some unstructured or flat file data or something like that, and then uh, build some do the actual modeling in Snowflake, and then create a report out of it, or a dashboard out of it, and then so I think the questions will be mostly on that only. So how basically they will give it will be like if how you do for this situation, how you do the modeling, and if also there will be about the performance, how you write the SQL as well, how you write the temporary, how you create temporary tables and all those things. So these are the basic, if you learn those basics, I think you can clear the interview.
So the next question is which language is most important for data analytics?
I think SQL, and it's good if you know Python as well.
See,
Yeah. So basic Snowflake uses basic SQL only. Yeah. And then Python. Python is, if you know Python, I think it will help you a lot. I think, yeah, even for AI, I think you can use that, and also to get any raw data or any unstructured data into Snowflake, also you can use Python. Yeah.
so, Ronak is asking, ma'am, what is SAP? Would you please explain it? I think they want to understand more it in a layman terms for them, and then maybe get into the technical part of what is
So
SAP.
it is data warehousing. So analytics. So the source will be, SAP BCC, the source of take any industry, you have, uh, where they will put all their data. So if we take of my client, it is into Pitney Bowes, into say postage meters, and then shipping and mailing solutions. So it deals with all contracts and leases and all these things. So where they will create the contract, so that is in SAP. So, and then you have all different areas in SAP, like AR, what you call uh, account receivables, payables, billing. So, like customers, you have customers, they are buying something from you. So you create a bill and you generate invoice. So where, and there is a sales document created, order contract created. So all these details are in your, are like an operational system, which is the raw data, which is your SAP. You call that as an ECC system, actually. uh, and then, so so business cannot make the decisions on that. So you have to get that into a data warehouse, which is nothing but data modeling, to make the data useful for the business to make the decision. So if they have to know, like, when my stock is getting completed, when I'm running out of stock, so how they will know that? So that, you have to get that, all that inventory data, everything from that. They will, where the people will enter in the system, in the back end, that is the ECC system, where you have all the transactional level kind of data. And then all the data you get in, there are different tools again to get the data into data warehousing. uh, so, and also, and how you get the data is also, there are different methodologies. Like if it is a real time replication, or you get it in batch kind of thing, batch. So there are different technologies to get the data into data warehouse. And then data warehouse, we have there, there comes the analytics part. So where we have like you have SAP BW, HANA, Snowflake. All this is where you store this data, and you model the data on top of it, like you create views or reports. If I have to, it is more like analyzing your data over, for this month, or like, for last few months or last year, this year, all the history, and you analyze the data, and you can predict also how it will be in future. And based on those reports only, the business final, they will take the decisions. So this is from transactional data to analytical, this we call analytical data. So this is where the SAP has all the modules. It not only analytics, this analytics, it has. So you can go wherever you are interested in that, like functional side also, which I just told you, SAPCC functional side also, there is, you can, that will be more like, there also you have to, that's where you do deal with raw data. So there also you have different modules, like, you call OTC, order to cash. You have finance, inventory, sales, materials. So you have different modules. So that side also you can go if you depends on your interest. So that's the there also now we have new technologies coming up from like where we are migrating from SAP ECC to S4 HANA, which is cloud. So that migration is also is happening now. So that is also one of a good thing to keep in your profiles. Like if you uh, if you know if you have participated in that migration S4 HANA. The S4 HANA also you can learn on your own and do certification. So that is also a good skill too, in addition to analytics. Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, I hope the question was answered, and we can move to the next question. So again, there was is data analytics good for BSc background students? Shalini is asking.
Yeah, I think there is nothing to do with your whatever background it is. I think you can start with this. Uh, you can build your career in this.
Okay. What it takes to transform from coding to the data science? Rehan is asking.
Coding.
Yeah, I think
Coding will be if you know coding it will be used at any point of your stage, but that doesn't stop you from switching your career or going to in this career. Any background coding or technical or non-technical you can start with this career if you are interested in going in this, either in the functional side which I've told you, or the SAP raw data ECC side. You have different modules. Either you can go that way, you can do S4 HANA migration, you can do a certification, or if you got come, if you want to do into the analytics, the front end side of it, like the modeling, Snowflake or Databricks, or you can just, or also you can go with only the reporting side of it, or you can be an all-rounder also, everything. But or you can choose any one and you can do excel in that. And then reporting also you have many like Power BI, Tableau, which are getting used currently. So that should be simple. And also there are ETLs also where which you can learn like Ab initio. You have data stage and you have Snap Logic. Now we are not getting any resource who know Snowflake and Snap Logic both. So that's so these are the latest current skills which you can, that doesn't any background you can go ahead with this learning. The Snap Logic also, Snap Logic has its own course online. You can learn. They have classes, they courses which you can learn and do the certification as well for Snap Logic as well.
okay.
Yeah.
So we have a very interesting question. Simran is asking if I think she means if you were just starting out in data analytics now, what is one thing you wish someone had told you when you were beginning? If you were starting just now.
Someone I know told like no one told me like I have to keep on learning or upgrading myself if I take this career, but that's how it is. If you are coming into this, that's for sure. Like no, until if you learn something now, I think after few years, I think that something new will come, and then you have to learn. So this is like a never ending. Like you have to keep on upgrading or upskilling yourself, but you have to start somewhere, right? So because obviously, as you know, technology is AI is coming in technology, so something or the other new will come. I can't say how long the Snowflake or Databricks will be there, but now it is. But earlier it was SAP, BW or HANA, but now everyone is migrating to this because even cost is also becoming very important because of SAP license cost. People are moving from clients are moving from to this cloud-based technologies. Earlier, cloud was not there. Now we have cloud. So cloud, you with cloud now you need not maintain or pay for your technical team, or you don't have to store anything at from your end. You don't have to do anything. All the infrastructure, everything the cloud provider will take care of, the security and all those things. So you can just pay how much you use, you just pay that much. So that's why now this technologies are in demand. So that's how it is. We can't blame anyone for this. It's how it is. If you are coming into this
Right,
career, yeah.
right. Uh, so Abhishek is asking, ma'am, can you run through any of your projects and the tools which you used in recent times?
Yeah, so as I said, I recently, last year only, with IBM, we did this migration for Pitney Bowes, which was SAP HANA migration to Snowflake. So SAP HANA is nothing but you create calculation, you model the graphical calculation views. So it will have a SQL in the back end of that XML SQL. So IBM, if we manually, if in Snowflake, if we have to migrate that, we have to write that SQL manually. So what is a view? View is nothing but you join different tables, like just what I've told you, right? Like SAP CC raw data means what you create a sales document. You have customer, you have a contract with them. So you create a sales order document in SAP, and there are when you enter something in SAP, it gets stored into some table. So that is called as raw tables. So and from the data you pull from those tables into your data warehousing, into HANA or Snowflake. And then on top of that, if you have to join different tables, you create a view to join those tables, and then you have a final data how you want it, which you can report or create a dashboard. So the- so all these, for which I created a view in HANA, where I joined all these tables. I have to write this in SQL. I have to join these tables in SQL, write the code for Snowflake. So if I do this manually, it will take a lot of time. It might take, like, there were 60 views or something like that. So it might take 2-3 years if I have to do like that. So IBM, so there are companies which are in partner with IBM, who have developed some tools, some accelerators kind of thing. So where which will convert that SQL automatically into Snowflake SQL. So we use that. We did this project in 9 months. We completed this project in 9 months. So where there were 60 plus views or something. So we use that tool. So they converted those HANA views into Snowflake SQL. So we already have, now we got a Snowflake SQL. So what we modeled. So in Snowflake we already have the now view created. View is ready. So we did the what you assume, fact and dimension, they call domains of truth. We created domains, or domain is nothing but a view. So we created those views in Snowflake, and then we did the reports. We reconciled the reports between uh, against HANA, and we compared it with now the same report with against Snowflake. And if it was matching, and we got the uh, acceptance from business, and that's how we went live. So uh, also we used so you also, another important thing is here how you refresh the data. So you have to, as I told you, whatever it is, SAP ECC or S4 HANA, you have to get the data, into the raw data, into your data warehousing. So for that you need to have some process in place. There are different tools, like if it was S HANA, there is an SLT called SLT tool, which is real time. So replication means when you enter something in SAP, ECC or raw data, if you enter when there is a new entry in the table in SAP, automatically at the same time it replicates into your data warehousing also. There is so like that. And now with Snowflake, we have different tools. Now we are using HVR, which is like a batch process. So there are jobs in that which you schedule daily, or you can schedule daily 3-4 times like that. So it actually it has a change log kind of thing. So what are all changes happens in SEC, it will collect all those changes, and then when you trigger it, when you run this job, it will bring all those changes into Snowflake, into your data warehousing. So that is one part of it. And uh, so once you have the data, you have your code or whatever business rules or logic you have implemented, your created views in Snowflake, that SQL has to run, right? The SQL, with the new data, that SQL has to run, and it has to load the data into the final table. So to how you automate this, you need to have one tool where you will create a pipeline, or you will schedule that daily. So with the new data, it will run that SQL in Snowflake, and you have the latest data in your final table. So we used Snap Logic for this, which is the ETL tool, which and we place that the Snowflake view or code or script, whichever it is, into a bucket, S3 bucket. I think all these terms might be new for you. AWS S3 bucket, it is nothing but a, how should I tell, flat FTP. You might have heard FTP, file trans, a location kind of thing. That's it. A storage location. That's it. A storage location where you put that script in the form of a file. That's it. And when you run this job, it will pick that file, it will run that SQL, whatever is in that file in the Snowflake. And it will, after processing that data, it will load the data into, you can write the simple insert into the table. It will put the data in the table. So that's how it is refreshed daily. So, and there are different approaches here again. Either you want, if you have some, what you call, you might have heard, not sure if you're aware of full refresh and incremental refresh, like delta, full or delta. So full means like uh, complete. You if you have something through which you can pick delta, means you should have a date or something in every table. You should have a date or something which, through which you can pick all the changes after that. So you will, when the first time when you pull the changes, it will be until that timestamp, and after that, and next time when you pull the changes, you will put a condition like greater than that timestamp. If you need to have some column like that, only then it is possible for to bring the delta changes. Or otherwise, you have to bring in everything, process everything daily. It is for smaller data sets, it is fine. But if it is larger data sets, it will also cost Snowflake compute cost. So we came up with incremental approach. So that also, we reduce the cost there by reducing the time. Also, we did some other, there was like the last 5 years of data, so everyone doesn't need last 5 years of data. So we got approval from business, and then we made them agree to get only 3 years of data instead of 5 years. So that's how we reduced some volume. We did something like this, and then somehow we reduce some cost there. So main thing why we came from HANA to Snowflake is for cost only. HANA license cost was more. That's why we came to Snowflake. So that was one. And then Rise. Currently, I'm working on S4 migration. So SAP ECC, as I've told you, SAP ECC. This is for one country, small country only, for France. One part of it we are doing. So SAP ECC, the transaction data which we have in SAP ECC, that we are migrating into S4 HANA, which is cloud. Cloud. So SAP also has its own. SAP can do this with its own tools, but that will also will cost SAP if SAP. So now our client, how they are doing it in a different approach. Um, we actually, so how we are modeling that, how we want the data to be migrated or put in S4 HANA, that we are on top of the raw data. We are getting the raw data into Snowflake, and then we put all the business rules and logic, everything in Snowflake, and that we are extracting into a file, and that file we are loading into S4 HANA. So that's how we are doing the migration of ECC to S4 HANA. Yeah, that's about it. Any questions?
Yes, we have
Yeah,
lot many. So Akriti is asking, so since most code can be generated using AI, should the
right.
candidates focus more on building domain-specific business logic now?
Correct. So don't just focus only on code, because code already we have the coding. If you just know, I think basics, if you just we have agents which if you give some logic, it will generate the code for that in whichever language. So better focus on the business knowledge, the functional knowledge, like how the business industry actually works. So if you take an example of this only, Pitney Bowes shipping. So there are some areas uh, if you know postal ink shipping and mailing solutions, they sell postage meters. So in that postage meters, there will be ink cartridges, right? Cartridge ink. So there is a separate process here, which we call predictive ink management, which you call PIM. Uh, so what they do in this is they predict when the customer is running out of ink. I mean, how do they calculate that? So they say we sell Pictibo sells the ink cartridges, right? Ink models. So for every cartridge, there will be this fixed, like it can print only these letters, and from the customer side we can get like on an average how many letters or mails he print daily, and we get those details from the customer. Uh, so based on that average usage, we can predict like how many after how many days he will run out of ink. And then what the sales reps will do based on the data we provide, they will call who say this customer is running out of ink in next 5 days. So then the sales rep will call that customer and place the order. So this is very important, this thing for business, for the revenue as well. So you have to that's what you have to understand instead of coding, how the business actually runs. This is just an example I've given. So how the business actually runs and how can we help there to make the decisions to so that they don't incur any loss or to improve the revenue. Did that answer your question?
I hope so. Akriti got the answer. She has asked another
Yeah.
question. Uh, Before that, we'll take another question. Ma'am, Yasin is asking, ma'am, if I want to do a real-time end-to-end project, what all
Yeah.
can be done? Like, where can we get the data from? What technologies and tools to use? What domain to choose?
Uh, I don't know if you can do it on your own or I don't know if IBM has any such programs where students can do projects or uh, but it's not if uh, real time data, but if you are doing for learning or for practice, I think you can just take some data. You can do with flat files as well. You for your practice you can just do with flat files as well, but you need to have a system or sandbox kind of thing. So I think nowadays everything, I think Snowflake or you can pay, I think, for it to use for your practice, I believe, and you can do that. I mean, when you do that course, it will in the course itself you can do the practice. Actually, it will they will give the data. Everything will be there in that course. The data, the files which you can load, the steps, everything they will give where you can actually. It will guide you to do how the system, the screen, how you actually do in the system. You can do in that also. It will have that in the training. It will give the data and the steps also to do. I think you can do that, and if you do that and clear the certification, I think only when you join some organization like IBM or anything, uh, I think when you join an actual project, only then you will have access to, I believe, real-time data and all.
Okay. Moving on. Is DSA important for data analyst role?
Sorry, I don't know what is that
DSA.
DSC.
The student has written just DSA. We can take that later once they
Yeah.
clarify. Yeah. So Ankit is asking, ma'am, can you provide me a list of company which offers the roles of data analyst professionals, like the companies to aim for when they start out? So if you can just give them a
Data analytics, most of the companies like IBM, Accenture, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, all these companies will have analytics.
okay. What is Abhishek is asking, what is Snowflake and Databricks, ma'am? Sir.
So these are data warehousing technologies only. So Databricks is different. Snowflake is different. Data warehousing. So only so where you actually, that's what I told you. What is analytics? Is where you actually analyze the data, or from raw data you model, you put the business rules into it. That's what I told you. Just take that example of predict how you. So you sell some, you sell, say we sell the ink cartridges or ink material, and the customer, you have the all the details like how much it has, the capacity is, and how much usage is the customer is printing. So based on that you can predict when it is running out, and uh, when the sales rep should call the customer and place the order for the next ink. So all these business rules you have to put in. You have to model your data on based on that business rules. So that for that, you in Snowflake, it is you create a view which is nothing but you write a SQL for that, for all this. And on top of this, you just can't show this raw data to you to your business, right? So who will take the decisions? So you have to create a uh, insights, data insights, for like a dashboard kind of thing. So you can pull this Snowflake view in Power. If you go to Power BI, you can pull on top of this Snowflake view. You can create charts, and all those things. In visuals actually, which I call a dashboard. So you can create that, and that actually business uses to take their decisions. So this is what is analytics. So whatever it is, the platform, either it is Snowflake or it Databricks also. I am not aware of how it actually was, but Databricks also is same like a data warehousing, where you will model the data for it to be used for the reporting insights, to get the visuals out of it. I mean, from the raw data, you write all the business logic or models which you create, and which will help to predict, or for the business to make the decisions, on top of which you create reports or visuals. That is what is uh, any data warehousing you can consider. It will be same, it will be for this purpose only, Snowflake or Databricks or anything.
Okay. So
Yeah.
moving on, Ujjwal is asking, I'm currently in BTech and
Hmm.
I want to pursue something in AI and ML with core focus in cybersecurity. How can I proceed
Hmm.
with it? What should be my roadmap for it? Currently, I have made some projects. Yeah,
Hmm.
so
It is good actually, when if security is one actually very important area. So I think you can try to focus more on AI ML. How can we uh, so even for the clients, that is very important, security. So everyone is talking about AI. So what about the security in AI? So how they can trust that model, whatever is the data it is generating, how can they trust that? So so that is the now from AI, now it is the main concern has shifted to governance. So you can concentrate more on that part, I think, because in IBM also, for all the models, there is risk assessment being done. So you can compare the models. There is a risk assessment uh, chart or something, wherein it will have different measures, and it will show you how much percentage of it will show all different metrics actually, how much accurate is this, how much biased, or how much all these, between it can you can compare that between different LLMs or different models, and that's what you can show to the client, how much accurate or how much secured or governed it is. So that is another area which should go along with the AI actually. So the security part of it. So if you that should be a good one, you know, if you focus on that. if you are interested in security part.
Another interesting question
Yeah.
Shubham is asking, what are the mistakes you think you did and would suggest us to avoid?
Okay. Good question. Uh, I if only so what do I should tell? If I think I should have prepared for IITs or IIMs instead of coming here. So yeah, if you are interested, coming to this IT industry, analytics is like I told you, it's like ever you have to keep on learning something and doing some certifications every year. So it will keep on changing, upgrading. So if I was not aware of this when I got into this, yeah. Now I think if I was aware of, I would without I wouldn't have written what you call MSET. I would have prepared for IIT JEE or mains. If you are interested, you can choose your career path in that way.
Interesting
I mean,
answer.
after, yeah, so after, instead of, should have, I was not aware, so don't go till engineering also. I mean, after engineering, after intermediate only, you should write these IITs and you should prepare for that and go in that because there will be a lot of, if you do normal engineering in a normal college and then you come into this IT industry, so and then you work for so many years, and then and we compare that to some person who prepared for IIT JEE mains and cleared and done the engineering from IITs IIMs, and he is placed in some company. Compare both salaries, then you know. Okay, so yeah,
That's,
that's a lot of difference between the two. Yeah.
that was
So
an
if you
honest
if
answer.
yeah, that's the honest answer I'm giving. So if you're capable of if you're interested and capable of aiming for that, aim that instead of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being so honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Rohit is asking, how is Snowflake different from using something like Power BI, Excel for analytics?
Snowflake is the back end of it. So Power BI, Excel analytics is just your reporting on top of the data. You're creating a dashboard or chart or something. But where is the data? So data, everything, all the data. Where is the data stored? The Snowflake is data warehousing where you have the data stored and all your business rules and logic is everything is applied in Snowflake. Only thing that is only for the reporting part. You can use Tableau, Power BI, or Excel or anything. Only where you just create on top of this data, you just create charts and all these things, visuals. That's it.
So we have a lot of questions with the same this thing that the
Hmm.
students have been asking about what are the basic things that we should know if we want to join data analytics. I think that has been answered, so I won't be repeating
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So as data analysis is a little different from data engineering profile, what could be the perfect roadmap to enter in this career field? So can you also differentiate between analysis and data engineering for the students
So
to enter into?
yeah, yeah. So data analyst it is one part of data engineering. Data engineering is the complete whole big. So the analytics is only one part of. As I told you, analytics is only you get from the raw data. You make the data where you apply all the business rules and you make the data possible to create reports and dashboards out of it, the visuals, insights, so the business can take decisions. That is only the analytics part of it. Engineering is complete thing, whole thing, like starting from engineering is a bigger profile where you have to master in all the areas, like getting the any data into Snowflake, the ETL part of it, uh, where you get any bank data if you consider any unstructured, semi-structured, or all getting the data into Snowflake, and you have to do everything into Snowflake and put the business rules, write the code log, create views in Snowflake, and then you schedule pipelines to refresh the data daily again, ETL using Snap Logic or anything, and then you create dashboards on top of this Power BI again. On top of Snowflake view, create a Power BI dashboard. So the complete thing, end to end, complete thing is what, if you are able to do all these, then you will be called as a data engineer.
I think that clarifies this confusion.
Yeah.
How do you know when your analysis is good enough to make a decision? Again, an interesting question.
So why we will decide that? We won't decide that. We will get all the, we will, business will let us know what all rules we have to what all rules we have to uh, build or implement, what you have to convert, how you have to build the data or anything. We will get the rules from business, and they will only decide how they will do. It's not like you directly do it in production. We will have different landscapes like development, QA, testing, production, everything. So we will work on development, and we business will test it in UAT or QA. They will give the approval, only then we will go live, actual production system. We won't decide that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Vinay is asking, how do I improve my data visualization skills and what tools are most effective?
So data visualization is the reporting. You're asking about reporting side, right? So we
Yeah.
have like Power BI or Tableau. I think there are others also. Cognos, when but Cognos is, yeah, of course, IBM's tool.
So Anvesh is asking what kind of questions are asked in technical round, only solving problems or any theory questions on our programming languages might be asked.
Mm, no, no, not theory, just programming languages. I don't think, maybe basics they might ask, but mostly the questions will be around what have you actually done, worked, or what you will do in such kind of situation or something like those kind of things. Mostly it should be like an end-to-end implementation or some those kind of things will be asked.
Okay. Kajal is asking, does it matter to have a master's degree only from a regular college for getting a good job in a good
You don't
company?
need to have a master's degree for getting a good job, or that's what. So if you are you can do it after graduation also. You can choose this, if you want to choose this career path, you can choose it after graduation also. After BTech also you can choose. You need not go for masters.
Okay. So again, a question about interview process. We've already
Hmm.
answered that. Somebody's asking how to remember Python codes. I'm not sure if this is a legit question. Yeah.
Remember, it's not like you are by hearting something, code or something. It is a language, just like I think you might have all know C++ or these things. So it will, you just have to know basics, like to understand or what prompt or what you have to write for that language. It's not like you by heart something. If you just look at some demos or something, you will understand how. It's not like you by heart, you remember it or something like that. If you just do one or two, I think you will know how to deal with it.
Okay. Harshvardhan is asking, ma'am, what is the contribution of AWS in data analytics? Can you explain?
So as I told, cloud providers. So that's, you know about what is cloud, right? I mean, so earlier when cloud was not there, everything that industry they have to do themselves. I mean, for the data storage, so they have to have their own security, own infrastructure, own team to manage all that. Now once cloud has come, there are different cloud providers like AWS. We have Microsoft Azure, AWS, many others. So uh, those are cloud providers. So Snowflake is on top of AWS. So it is cloud. So they maintain all the infrastructure, all the and it is scalable also. Like it is scalable. Like how much ever you want, you can use only that much, and how much you use, you have to pay only for that. Like they will cost us, like if you uh, compute cost will be, they will have, it will be measured in credits. Like one credit it cost uh, 0.02 or something like this. So they, how much you use actually, so based on that you have to pay to that. And you need not worry about anything. So everything the cloud provider AWS will take care of, all the security infrastructure, technical team, all the everything. You are just if you have internet, you can connect to that. If you just, that's how you connect to the cloud. If you have internet, you can connect to that. You will have your own credentials, you log in, you do your work. You so how much you were there, you will we so our account will have, so whenever you run something in Snowflake, it will have its own what you call, how you will get the cost, how much you used is, it is associated with one warehouse. I mean, all these terms might be new to you, but whenever you know role, right? Like role is nothing but what access you have when you log into Snowflake, you will have one role. So and that for each role, you simply cannot run something in Snowflake. So for each role, there will be a warehouse assigned. So the warehouse will help us to know what is the cost. So when you run some query, something in Snowflake, it will cost. It will have its cost. So when you run something, you have to select that warehouse. So how much ever you have used, that cost will go to that warehouse. So there will be some standard tables in Snowflake itself, where you can go and see how much, what was my usage, what was my cost for that warehouse. So how much ever that is, you have to pay. You will get an every month you will get an statement, so that we have to pay. So that's how this cloud. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
We have another very interesting question from
Yeah.
Rohit. They're saying, I'm just curious, with so much data being generated every second around the world, where is all this data actually stored? Is there a limitless space, like a huge sea where it all goes?
No, no, no. So data is stored obviously. So in there are and we have to pay for that storage also. If you take Snowflake, also we pay for the storage cost also to the provider. Like not only the usage cost which you run, you have to, it will be storage costs also will be there. So how much based on the size, how much you are storing the data, how much you are using, you have to pay for that also. So that, even that is also important. So simply it can't be like you have there is archiving process as well. So what is archiving? So if you now say, if you take answer Pitney Bowes, it started in 2016, now it is 2025. So now business will not be data starting from 2016. Now they don't, maybe they will go back maybe 3 4 years, that's it, not more than that. Before that, so we can delete in the sense archive or remove. We need not store all the data, it's unnecessary. We can get rid of that storage cost. I mean, that old data is not required. So when we did this migration also, we agreed for that. We will get only these, we will not bring the old data which is not required anymore now. So usually in SAP they will be that was not implemented here, but that process will be there in any organization. Like archiving process will be there in SAP. So tables can't keep on storing data. Like table size will become big, and it will be difficult to manage that also. Again, if there are any changes to the tables with huge data, huge size, you will have issues to. So you have to do that maintenance, what you call this, will be there in all the places. Cleaning up activities, maintenance will be there. So they will dump this old data somewhere. They will delete from the actual tables and put it somewhere. What you call that, nearline hot data and warm data, like that. So Only if it is required, they will use. Otherwise, it will just they will delete it after a few years if it is not used. Yeah. So, hope this answered your question.
Uh, So Navraj is asking, is only Python the language to start with DA, or we can just go with high-level language like Java?
You can go start with AI without any of those also. What is AI? So you can, it's all the machine learning models or LLMs. If you take Gen AI is nothing but it generates it is prompt engineering. So you train the model, it generates the data. So like it will say you want a summary out of a call. So it will generate you the summary out of the call, or that is only one part of it. So how it does in the back end is different, but at least you should know. You need not go in that deep now, but at least you should know how to use it. So you can. So that is Gen AI, and now new things are coming. Agentic AI has come, which is like where AI agents collaborate between them. So like if I take example, if if I want some doctor appointment, it will check which doctor has good reviews. It will book the appointment also for me. And also if I can, if I take consider to book a travel holiday for me, it will consider at this time, if I say within this budget, it will check which location, at what time we can go, what is the weather at that time, and what is the budget. It will check the reviews of the hotels, and then it will book the holiday for me. So that much AI has come now, agentic AI. So it is like it collaborates one task, one agent. So multiple tasks, all the different agents will collaborate with between them, communicate between them, which is nothing but called agentic AI. So how the back end of this is different. LLMs, if you go actually how this is done is, but at least you should know how to use them. If there are many tools, even if you join IBM, there are many things already built. There are many assistants. You can also build your own assistant. You can use any of the models, and then you can have your some, say if I want to I have some data, you can put your documents or data in that collection. You can upload your data, and then there is some document. I want to summarize the document. I don't want to read the whole thing. I just want a summary of it. So you can just put that document, and you can use some model, and then you can just just give me the summary of this document. So it will just give you the summary of that document. You need not read the whole thing. So this is just one example. So that's how you can, that is what is AI. So at least you should know how to use AI. It should be like a generalized kind of thing, not into and if you want, and there are different things in that where Python will come into picture, like retrieval augmented generation, RAG models, where so if you go in deep in that, then you might have to use those Python where you have to write. But yeah, for starting, you need not. You can start using them. Yeah.
Great. Priyal is asking, could you please provide a roadmap for BCA students? There is often a lot of comparison between BTech and BCA, and it can be discouraging.
Uh, I think maybe earlier it was like that. Now I don't think. Now if you're coming into this in the, because as just now I told you about AI, any person with any background can get into that, or for that space analytics or anything. I don't think your whatever is your education background will not matter now. You can enter, and if you are willing to take this career path, you can go ahead. I don't think there will be any such comparison.
There was again a question regarding Python or Java, which one they should pick for proceeding with data analytics. If they are starting their journey,
Data
should
analytics, yeah, I think basic SQL, and then go for Python or PySpark, these things, not C, C++, Java. I don't,
okay.
these, yeah.
Understood. What is one trend in data analytics that you think will change everything in the next 5 years, if you can predict?
Uh, See, we cannot predict anything, but I think this will stay for a few years. I believe Snowflake and Databricks until we get any new data analytic technologies or anything. Mm, it is already on cloud, and also this has now integrated with AI as well. So Snowflake has its own AI tool now, and I think AI space only will be more. So I can tell you where this AI is more impacting is uh, only people who are doing coding, just coding. Okay, no, so just coding is not so you. That's what I told you, and also where we have like mostly HR processes and IT processes. All these processes are automated. At least in IBM, they are automated with AI. So, but other places where you have to use, obviously in production support, where some issues suddenly coming, you have to fix that immediately. So AI cannot do that. We need people. So, yeah. So analytics people only, obviously. So that's still well, that will still be there. Let's see. See.
We have a lot of similar questions.
Yeah.
I think we've answered almost how, okay, how can we use AI in Python? Somebody has just messaged. How can we use AI in Python?
You're not using AI in Python. You're using Python in AI. Okay. So it is. So you have these Jupyter notebooks and these things. When you dig into that AI models to train those models, if say if uh, recently I did something. So yeah, if you consider this case of an insurance agent or something. Um, So the promotional, if that person has to sell something, some policy to some person, he has to know what all the current offers going on, offers and discounts, and it keeps on changing daily. Okay, so he can how if that's where this will come in picture. Uh, uh, so where you can what AI will do, it will you can dump it with all your data in that database or your database. It will convert into some vector database actually, all your data into vector database, which is nothing but it will assign all numbers. It will convert into a numeric format numbers, and then also it will have uh, so it can process that much amount of data and it can give you it can recommend actually it can give you what are all suitable based on his coverage or pre-existing conditions and all those things. It can give you suitable recommendations, suitable what are the current ongoing offers and discounts also it will give you. So it has internally other components also like discovery, Watson. If you look at go with IBM, it is Watson is discovery where it will such that much data and then it will give you. So that's where when you have this data, you have some rules based, you train the model based on this data. uh, if you That's where this Python will come into picture actually.
Great.
Yeah.
Priyanka is asking, could you share the tech stack you use in DE project currently? What minimum skill set person should have to enter in data engineering? Could you share some sample project idea, including cloud and ETL? These are all the questions from Priyanka.
So cloud and ETL. So that's what I don't know how if you have to you how can you get access to that platform. But if you are getting if you're doing that courses, I think so if you go with the Snowflake course, you can pay for the course and for I think for certification also you have to pay. And I think during the course I think you will have access to that environment where they will give the data and you can practice. They will give these suggestions. Apart from that, I'm not aware if you can actually get a sandbox system or where you can practice. for the day and data also, if it will be available there, or you can have your own data like Excel data or flat file data. You can take, you can build some you can create a view or write a SQL, create a view on top of the data, and then you can but you need to have access to these tools. I am not aware of how can you get access. So even if you have to create a Excel report or dashboard, you need to have access to that, right? uh, I'm not aware if all these are if we can pay something and get access to these sandboxes available like that. I'm not aware of that, but yeah, if it is there, you can use that, and you can have any raw data kind of thing, flat file or Excel data, and you can build create a view on top of it, and create a chart or insights, visual insights. You can use any reporting tool like Power BI or something, and you can do a project like that.
Okay. So Angad is asking, what should I do to make an attractive portfolio as a
Mhm.
data analyst so that I could stand out myself for the best job opportunity? So basically asking about the projects and certification they should be doing.
Yeah, if you're considering analytics, you can do the certifications, and like Snowflake or Databricks, and ETLs also important. I think you have certifications there also, like SnapLogic. You can go with this. These are in currently high demand. We don't have resources only who knew both Snowflake and SnapLogic. And what all certifications you have done, you can highlight those in your resume. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Maybe this is something that I thought. Maybe you can
Hmm.
also talk to them about some roles that you think are would be much more in would be much more needed in the coming times, and that they could aim for some roles that just you mentioned that we you have a we do not have
Yeah,
many
so
people.
correct. We do not people, we are struggling to find people. So that's yeah. So that's what. We have either Snowflake people or SnapLogic people separate. We don't have a single person who knew both Snowflake and SnapLogic. That's what a data engineer comes into picture actually. So that you can choose that profile, data scientist or data engineer profile compared to data analytics, just only data analytics. So where you will know everything from end to end, you can handle independently, single person. So like you get the raw, where you get the raw data. If you know Snowflake, you can model it, you can put all your business rules. And if you know ETL also, SnapLogic also, you can create a pipeline, and you can process this data daily, refresh the data daily. And on top of the data, you can create, you yourself can create, if you know Power BI, you can create a dashboard also on top of it. So and also, in order to, one more thing is, when you are getting the raw data into Snowflake, how, if it is just, there are different sources, it will be sources again, like SAP, non-SAP. With non-SAP, if I consider bank data, it is unstructured data. So for to get unstructured data into Snowflake, you need Python. So if you know these things, you will be like an all-rounder kind of thing, data. So such profiles we don't have now. So yeah, that will be in huge demand if you have such profile.
Shalini is asking, ma'am, should I do MBA first, then data analytics, or learning analytics as a skill that I can use in MBA career?
MB, if you are interested, you can do MBA. For I think for MBA people, there are other options also, not only apart from this analytics. I think you will be more into business analytics kind of thing. So you will have different roles like business analyst roles. Uh, and there also you have again AI or robotics and automation will come in picture. So you can take that path. That will be good for you. So if you are planning to do MBA, so business analytics, where, and then there also you do this again. We have different tools for automation kind of thing, robotics and RPA we call robotics and automation. There also what you call bots. We call bots there, um, which are in, So if you are looking from MBA is not required for getting into data analytics at least. Yeah. If you're going for MBA, you can pursue other aspect other instead of analytics, you can go into business research and business analytics kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
New question. If you might know of any internships that students can, apply for, uh, so they would like to know about certain internships, if you have
So
any idea.
I think IBM has that, but I'm sorry, this is my first time, so I'm not prepared on that. But I should have checked. I don't. I think IBM has such internship programs. I don't have much details on that. Maybe I can check and share later on those programs.
Sure. If you
Yeah,
find anything, you
yeah,
can just share it with me. So I think we are done with most of the questions, almost all the questions, because there were a lot of repetitive questions also. So we can, if we have any more questions, you can ask, or else we'll just be closing the session soon. And but I have to appreciate you, Radhika, that you
yeah,
answered so many questions with
yeah,
all the
yeah.
grace and patience.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay. I know, understand. The students, yeah. Presently, current situation is like that. Everyone is thinking what to. So it's,
right. So Priya is asking, ma'am, what will be salary expectation as a fresher in data analytics?
okay. Again, it depends from company to company, I believe. Some companies might uh, starting to tell you how much I got. Okay. I think for I don't know now it might be increased. I am not aware of the exact how much the freshers are getting, but you should get good amount. Yeah, as a fresher. So once you join in some company, once you have you do some you based on the requirement, what is the current openings or what is the demand in the project, you will be reskilled. There are different reskilling programs when you join IBM or anything. So you will be reskilled in that, and you will be placed in that project. And once you actually into some real project, you have some experience. Then I think you have to keep on upgrading yourselves, and that's how your package will also keep increasing once you get promoted to higher bands. Yeah.
Great. So I think those were all the questions. We can close the session now. Uh, Radhika, if you would like to say something to all the students, just some something to motivate them, and then we'll close the session. And I thank you on behalf of CSR Box and all the students. You've been very patient and graceful with the students and all the queries that you've answered. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, sure. Um, yeah, if you decided to choose this career path, you can go ahead with it. So whatever your education background is not important here. So you have to keep on upgrading yourselves and upskilling as you keep on, as you know, in this AI world. So, and if you're only talking about analytics, yeah, currently I see Snowflake and Databricks are good now, which could be in demand for next few years. And then or you can go like a all-rounder kind of the data engineer or data scientist, where you can run all other along with Snowflake, try to learn this SnapLogic ETL tools as well, like SnapLogic, and reporting like Power BI, those things. So it will be a good profile for you for selection. And I think you should not have much expectations when it is your first job in the salary. So getting if you are in a good organization like IBM or any such things, I think it should be good. You should and later maybe once you get the experience, then you can think about that, and you can uh, change or do anything if you on the package side. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
yeah. Thank you so much, Radhika. Uh, we'll close the session. I'll just take some queries regarding the
yeah,
platform and the projects they are working on. you can leave the session. But it was wonderful to have you here, and thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, students who were asking questions about the learning plan completion and projects and platform issues they were facing, kindly stay back. Okay. We'll take just 5 minutes and we'll wrap up the session. So regarding the okay, I've been seeing few queries regarding WhatsApp link. So the program is about to end, and I see a lot of students telling us that they have not been part of the WhatsApp group. This is a little disappointing, but I would request Tanmita and Anne, any one of you can please share the latest WhatsApp group link in the chat. Also, Tanmita, please share the attendance form link both in the group and the chat. Okay, so about the learning plan submission, you will be receiving. I could see that somebody posted the link to the LP submission. So we were just doing a pilot testing. Now we'll be sending the links to the DA group in some time, in almost 2 days we'll be sending. So we are hoping that you'll be ready by then to submit your learning plans. Okay. Regarding the learning plan issues that you're facing on the platform, that the activity is not loading or the progress is not showing up in the on the platform, that you might have answered all the questions correctly, but it's still showing incorrect. So what you can do is hang in there. We are trying to sort this out at the back end. You will receive an information regarding the same. So please, I request you, do not keep asking the same queries again and again, because it makes us very difficult for us to answer all these queries and repetitive queries that have already been answered in the session. Okay, please watch your WhatsApp groups. Every piece of information that I'm sharing here is being shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay, somebody is saying attendance form is not working. Don't worry, we'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp group as well. Just give me a second, let me check. Also, your project submission date is 30th July, and you do not have to do all the 20 projects. You just have to do one project amongst all those topics that you have been given. Okay. So we are getting this query again and again, that which project, how many projects we should make. Of course, we're not going to give you 20 projects to make, right? So you just have to make one project out of all those. You can pick something from there, or something from sustainable development goals, or some topic that you might be interested in. You have to make the project in group. Okay, it's not an individual submission. When you get the LP submission link, your team leader will be uploading certificates for each one of you, for all the team members. Okay, team members will be getting just viewing access to the dashboard. Okay. Okay, attendance link. Can somebody tell me if the attendance link is working now? Okay, it's not working. No worries. You all are in the WhatsApp group, so we'll share the updated what it's working. It's some for some students working. What you can do is kindly try after some time. We'll be sharing it in your groups, and it's open till 10 p.m. today. Okay. So that was about the queries. I will close the session now. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So in the LMS link that you will be provided with, you will have to submit, your team leader will submit the learning plan completion certificate, the final deliverable, the project that we're talking about, and your resume and your links to your LinkedIn profile. Okay. So if somebody saying my college is not showing in that link, my college isn't listed, please WhatsApp us with the name of your college and your name and your email ID name. Team leader should message us with the team leader's name, their email ID, and college's name. Okay. So we are closing the session now. Thank you all for attending. Please fill in the attendance form.